So the UK retail games charts are in for last week, and guess what? EA. Remember when Patrick Soderlund opened his mouth and said, if you don't want this product, don't buy it? Well, guess what? You got your wish. It is funny, isn't it? Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. So you go to bed, and the world of video games is in one state, and then you wake up, and it's a whole new world. Since I've been sleeping and woken up, the UK retail sales figures, so this is non-digital sales figures, for last week have come in, and it spells pretty disastrous news for EA and Battlefield 5. Couldn't happen to a nicer company, hey? So, a lot of places are reporting that sales figures for Battlefield 5 are down over 50% against Battlefield 1. The Metro here in the UK are actually reporting a specific figure of 63% down versus the physical, not digital, physical sales for Battlefield 5 versus Battlefield 1. Now, because we are transitioning more and more, I think, into a digital age, obviously, I think since the release of Battlefield 1 and since the release of Battlefield 5, yes, we've got to say that thing again, that digital sales will incorporate some of that change as people have made the shift over. But as regards to 63%, again, no. I very much not. I'd say at best 15 to 20%. At best 15 to 20%. Now, recently, of course, we had the Fallout 76 stuff with regards to sales figures being down, what was it, 82.4%, 83.4%? Something ridiculously high versus the sales figures of Fallout 4. And the only thing that is slightly different in that case is there was no massive incentive to purchase Fallout 76 on the disc because there wasn't actually a disc for it. If you went to the shop and you picked up one of these, I used this as an example yesterday, if you picked up the physical copy like this, when you opened up the physical copy inside, all that you would have is a cardboard disc that would send you to a download site. So ultimately, there was no real reason to pick up one of those. You might as well just go online. So the digital sales for Fallout 76 at least might be slightly higher to incorporate in that figure. But Battlefield 5 comes out on disc form as well. Yeah, and this is a damn good game. That Flashback 25th Anniversary Edition. Buy that. That did come out on physical disc form. So again, I don't think the 63% discrepancy between number 1 and number 5 is going to be eaten up through digital. No, 15, 20%, no more than that. But more importantly is, where did it chart? So I'm going to have a look at my charts over here, but this is not good if you look at it. A couple of things to note. Number 1 last week was the Spyro Reignited trilogy. That's dropped to number 9. You'd expect it to. It was a nostalgia thing, so you'd imagine the bulk of its sales would be done in the first week alone, and it would move away. Fallout 76 drops from number 3 to number 7. It ain't getting any better for Bethesda. And Battlefield 5 charts at number 4. Ouch. And what is more ouchy is you can understand why Red Dead Redemption is maintaining its third spot. I say maintaining, even though it says it was number 2 last week, because if you added together last week's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they actually totaled more than any sales. So Spyro was technically number 1, really was number 2. And the Pokemons were number 1, but that's dropped down again, as we can see in the chart. So Red Dead Redemption maintaining sales because it's such a damn good game. You can fully understand that. But here's the horrible one for EA. Call of Duty going up. Going up. from number 7 to number 2. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which has been out for, a month or so now, approximately, is selling more copies after a month of release than Battlefield 5's official launch. And we'll get on to the official launch in a moment. So remember, Battlefield 5 blinked. With the bad press that it was getting, it blinked and it moved its release date to not go head-to-head with Blops 4 because it didn't think it was going to do it. When the news came out that pre-orders versus Blops 4 was down so much, ridiculous amounts, 83 point something odd percent. They blinked and they were just like, okay, let's move it a few weeks away, get some separation, and then by the time we release Battlefield 5, people hopefully would have, the casual audience would have moved away from Blops 4 and will pick this up. Nope, you got beat. You got beat by your rival who's been out for longer. That's gotta hurt. And the only good news for EA is the fact that FIFA has gone back up to number 1. That's an EA product. But again, what is more scary is things like Blops 4 and FIFA have very likely moved up due to the Black Friday, essentially week of sales. Because that's what they were. Black Friday ain't Black Friday. It's Black Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Saturday afternoon between 3 to 8, Sunday morning, you know what I mean. It's pretty much a week's worth of sales now. So those sales have catapulted Black Ops 4 and FIFA ahead. And again, highlights why would you release Battlefield 5 during the sales week window? That seems such a dumb decision to make. On that Black Friday week, people are looking for bargains, not for full price. It's really, really weird. And I think what is even more weird is I had no clue it was being released. None. I knew that it was out in Origin's Early Access. My housemate has actually bought it through Origin's Early Access, and I've been playing it for a few weeks now. And I thought that the physical release, or the main release, I should say, for Battlefield 5 was actually early December. So when I woke up and saw that the sales figures were out because it's been out for a week, I was just scratching my bald head, thinking, what the deuce? It's not out yet. No, it was out. So weak has been the marketing campaign supporting this. Showing that this product is now truly live, I think that has also had an effect on sales. We're going to show you something scary now. I'm from Yorkshire. We use the royal we, by the way. Boink. This is the US today. So Battlefield 5 has been out for a week, and Target are offering this game until the end of play tomorrow, the 29th of November, at half price. If you get it on Xbox One or PlayStation 4. 50% off after a week. Now that sale ends tomorrow, end of play tomorrow. But if you're in the US, you've got all of today and all of tomorrow. And I'm no fan of EA at all, but I can't begrudge somebody trying to pick up a brand new game for 50% off. I couldn't begrudge anyone picking that up at all. But after a week of release and your game is half price, Jesus. Woo, whoa. And then we have Walmart and Best Buy. Walmart have it regularly just at $40 and Best Buy at $42. That's not like a sale. I believe that is now their official price on it. So that's down by a third. And the Best Buy one is a couple of dollars more. However, I do believe that if you purchase the Best Buy version, at the checkout, they'll give you a steel casing for it as well. One of the steel cases that you can get, steelbook cases. Crazy. And also at Best Buy, they're having the same offer on PC, which Walmart and Target aren't doing. $42. And they also have the Deluxe Edition. Deluxe Edition. Shit we took out of the game and are trying to sell back to you. Piss off. Deluxe Edition was $80, now $72. Now, to me, there seems to be some heavy hints as to why Battlefield 5 significantly underperformed. All the way from its announcement through to its release date, this product has been tainted. From the get-go. From that moment that they showed off the initial trailer where there was a painted up woman with a bionic arm because she was an amputee who was on the front lines in World War II, smashing her way into buildings, eating shotgun shells at almost point-blank range, and getting up and walking it off, fighting off tanks with a rifle, jumping onto vehicles and shooting down planes with pea shooters, explosions everywhere. I was one of the many, many people that were just like, what the hell am I watching here? The mixed signals that trailer gave off were just all over the place. Was Battlefield losing its more grounded, realistic approach to the first-person shooter and moving into a more COD-esque type of gameplay? The very thing which actually distinguished itself from its rival and made it the rivalry, Battlefield versus Call of Duty? Or was this actually an alternative timeline World War II that had more steampunk elements to it, and then they could be a little bit more creative maybe with weaponry and vehicles and such? But it was just so confusing as to what was actually going on. And sure, you had a very minute proportion of people who were legitimately going, why is there a woman in my game? There are plenty of trolls that were doing that simply to rile people up, sure. But the actual legitimate proportion of those people, minuscule to none. I think the biggest thing was the confusing nature of the trailer. And the fact that the realistic, more grounded approach to Battlefield was being played with, seemingly to virtue signal instead of actually target its audience. And then Patrick Soderlund, of course, decided to get woke AF and in an interview say, hey, if you don't want women on the front of your video game, well, don't buy it. And of course, this is such a straw man argument because nobody has a problem with women in video games. You know, like I said, it's that absolutely minute 0.00000% that may do. But people don't care if there's a woman on the front of the video game. People don't care if the protagonist of a video game is a woman. If that video game is good, they'll buy it. What they have a problem is why things are being slotted and positioned in such a way. And the way that it is looking like a push of ideology, like it is looking like a virtue signal to gain woke points. And that was it. But of course, when you asked these questions, you got the finger of scorn and were told that you were sexist or misogynist. And Patrick's words came to bite him in the ass because when they were tracking the pre-orders against their rival Call of Duty, they were down 80-something% on pre-orders against their nearest rival, which caused Patrick Soderlund to be fired. Sorry. My bad. Patrick Soderlund to leave the company a couple of weeks later, caused the stock price to plummet at EA when they realised that their rival was absolutely annihilating them. And then they blinked and they changed the release date to not coincide with COD to see if they could just get that separation, let people play COD, get bored, let the casual audience move on, and hopefully they'll pick them up for Battlefield 5. But then they announced the release of the Origins and the release of the Super Deluxe with cheese versions of the product that by time the actual physical game came out, people like me, who have their ear to the ground when it comes to the gaming industry, that are actively looking for things out there to talk about and give to you as a product, didn't even know the bloody thing came out. An absolute mismanaged mess of a launch and of a game itself. And when you treat your audience like EA does, like the adversary, when you are seemingly so detached from what your customer base actually want, I think these people are like Neo from the bloody Matrix. When they look at their customer base, they no longer see them for what they are. They just see them as pound signs and dollar signs and rupees and francs and Deutschmarks coming down the bloody screen. Ah, I see it for how it is. When they stop looking at customers like that and actually adopt the attitude of companies like CD Projekt Red, who said, hey, for us to be number one, do you know what we've got to do? Make the number one game. Not, oh, how can we microtransactions the crap out of these people? Oh, how can we virtue signal? Oh, how can we chastise our audience? Oh, how can we position them as the adversary and piss them off and cause them to go, hey, we don't have to buy your game. We got plenty of other options out there. We've got the COD. We've got the Red Dead Redemption 2 at the same time of this coming out. They have alternatives they can quite happily jump to. They don't need to eat any of your bullshit at all. So EA, keep this up. I think it's going to work out really well for you. But this is, you reap what you sow and you get what you deserve, and EA got what they deserved. They challenged their audience, they challenged their customer base in an unfair and disrespectful manner, and they got it. They got both barrels in the face. Couldn't have happened to a nicer company. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming links down in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.